Khan Academy, convert linear equations to standard form. So the big idea for this section is they're going to give me an equation in probably either point slope form or in slope intercept form, and I need to convert it to standard form. So the big thing about standard form is that we need to get x and y on the same side, all right, of the equal sign. And then we also need to make sure that we clear the fractions out. So we're going to get rid of fractions and clear those if necessary. So on the first one, I don't see any fractions to clear, but we do need to get x and y on the same side. So let's just kind of start from scratch here. So we have y subtract 4 equals negative 2 times the quantity x plus 7. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute. So y minus 4 equals negative 2x minus 14. I now need to get the x on the left-hand side with the y. So I do the opposite by adding 2x to both sides. So now I'm going to have 2x, that's a positive y, minus 4. This cancels out, negative 14. And I have x and y on the same side, but I have this straggler, this minus 4 chilling here that's not supposed to. So we add 4 to both sides. And now I have my x term, I have my y term, and I have a negative 10. So hopefully we get a match here. 2x plus y is negative 10. It looks like it's going to be answer A. So that's one type you're going to get. Basically distribute, move it around. The second type that you're going to get are, there's going to be some fractions in there. So if you notice, this one is written in slope-intercept form. It's in y equals mx plus b form. So I have y equals 4/5 x plus 2. And I have a decision to make. I could move the x term over by subtracting 4x from both sides, but I'm going to clear the fractions first. My move is I always kind of wipe out the fractions. And since I see this divide by 5, I want to clear that out. So the opposite of divide by 5 is multiply by 5. But I got to multiply every term. So I have to multiply this side by 5. I multiply that by 5, which basically just cancels. And then I multiply this piece by 5. So everybody gets times by 5. And what should happen is you should end up with a new equation where you don't have a denominator there. And now I've cleared the 5 out. So then my last move right now is I need to get the 4x to the other side by subtracting 4x. When you do this a lot, you'd probably just end up moving it by hand and you don't even show the minus 4x, but that's okay. Khan Academy is cool with this. They would say that this is standard form. So it's looking like, again, the answer is A. Some textbooks would want you to multiply through by a negative 1 because they have an added criteria that the term in front of the x has to be positive. The A term needs to be positive, but Khan Academy doesn't care about that, so you're cool to just leave it like this.